name is Madison and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing something I've never really done before. I've never really thought about this, and I guess I'm in my, 15th year of school now, and this is never something that's crossed my mind. But today, I thought it'd be fun to share my new semester resolutions with y'all. I was thinking about this the other day, like, man, what do I really want to make a point to get better at this semester, work on this semester, and make a priority in my life this semester. And I was like, dang, it's kind of like New Year's resolutions, but new semester's resolutions. Either way, I am really excited to see kind of how this video develops, because I probably will have more things that pop into my mind as we go along. But if y'all have any new semester resolutions, drop them down below. I would love to hear what you're trying to work on. I feel like self-improvement and self-betterment, just being able to reflect on what you've done in the past and how you can improve, is so important. So let's get started. Before I get in too deep, I want to preface by saying that I'm gonna try my best to avoid the typical get more sleep, work out more, eat healthier, those sorts of things, because while I do think those things are important, I feel like those can be so just like generic and stereotypical that they almost get brushed to the side and not taken seriously. So I try to come up with some other things that I truly am going to try to make an effort to work on and think about. First things first is I really want to start a budget, and I don't have a budget right now. I plan to make one in the future. I have a little bit of a budget, but nothing like set in, like nothing that I'm actually tracking super well. I really want to make a budget and get a better idea of where I'm spending my money, how I'm spending my money, and how I can reallocate funds to save better, invest more out of my Roth IRA, things like that, just to really set myself up for success in the future. I do work quite a bit during the school year. I averaged 24 hours a week last semester, which, y'all, I do not recommend that. Just gonna preface by saying that, unless you like truly, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm gonna say, because I know myself and I'll probably end up going down that route this semester, but I really want to make an effort to work less this semester, and with that, budget more so I can better allocate how I'm spending my money. I know I tend to eat out quite a bit, which I can make excuses for all day long, especially during the school year when I have classes and clubs and things like that. But even if the budget just helps me put a little bit more into my index fund every month, something like that, I feel like it'd be so good for me to start a budget and really try to stick to that. Now, going off of that, like I mentioned, I really want to try to work less this semester. I am very fortunate in that both of my jobs are really quite flexible. One of my jobs, I end up getting to normally do homework, I'd say about 3/4 of my shift, maybe half, closer to half some days than others. Some days I'm pretty much doing homework my entire shift, which is really nice. It gives me a lot of, what's the word, flexibility and freedom, and that I'm not stressing about getting to do my homework later. I can feel like I'm multitasking and still being productive. Granted, I still am gonna be like helping people and talking to people in the middle of me attempting to do my homework, so I'm not like sit down 110% focused on that just because I still am working. That being said, knowing that in my brain entices me to work more often. And then my other job, I literally pick my schedule Sunday night for the week. Very convenient, at the same time can be very toxic, because I end up working upwards of 25 hours a week, which is the most a CU Boulder student is allowed to work. If you are on a full course schedule, they do not let you work more than 25 hours a week. And I typically end up setting my schedule Sunday night after I've crammed my weekend full of doing homework. I figure out, oh my gosh, I have all this extra time during the week now. I overwork myself. I'm working constantly or at class constantly, and then I have no free time. And I really need to find a better balance between, yes, money is great, but at the same time, like, your mental health is too, getting to relax is too. Like, I should allow myself to go take a nap on a Wednesday afternoon or go to the gym a few more times a week, something like that, without feeling like, ooh, I could have been making money that time, because in the big picture, my like $14 an hour job in 3 years is gonna mean nothing. Not mean nothing, but like that extra $14 minus tax I would have made for that 1 hour is not gonna have as much of an impact on my life, or like could not have as much of an impact on my life as like me taking that extra hour to truly study, if that makes sense. Either way, there's that. One big thing for school that I really want to work on is making more of an effort to study early. Now, I'm not going to say study more, because I also feel like that is a pretty generic saying. I'm going to study more and I'm going to do better at this or whatever. I feel like I tend to study quite a bit, but I tend to do it at the wrong time. For example, I used to do 4, 5, 6 practice exams for my applied math classes. Awesome. I did a lot of them. I studied a lot, but at the same time, I would do them all within like 8 days of the exam, which you can argue that if you were to do it any later or any earlier than 8 days, you wouldn't know everything, but I think that's totally okay. I've come to this new mindset where I'd rather start studying earlier, see what I don't know and I haven't learned yet, and be able to teach it to myself a little bit more, fail a little bit more, just because I feel like failing on your practice exams is essential if you want to succeed on the real exam. If you're never failing on a practice exam, you're never realizing where you're gonna go wrong, you're never learning how to fix it, and if you get to that exam and you've aced all of your practice exams, there's something you don't know on the real exam, you're not gonna know how to problem solve your way through that. Of course, ideally, if you do 6 practice exams, hopefully the last 2 or 3 you're doing pretty well on. But I never go into an exam feeling confident if I have done every single practice exam like successfully, which has happened before. I've had plenty of times where I'll do 4 or 5 practice exams, they all go really well, and then I get kicked in the booty on the real exam because, like I said, you don't know how to problem solve through those types of problems if you haven't failed at it before. So my biggest thing is I want to do at least 1 practice exam at least 2 weeks before every exam. Like I said, like I used to do them start about 8 days out, so why not just start a week earlier? This I think is going to take a lot of accountability, just because 2 weeks in the moment seems so distant, but I know deep down that those 2 weeks will fly by. I had a tutor last semester for my dynamics and systems class, which it was a free 30-minute tutor session that I got to go to once a week, so it was helpful, I'd say, but like nothing like your truly paid tutor you could sit down with 2 or 3 hours with and really get something figured out. But during each one of these sessions, I would go through one exam question on the upcoming exam, and so the week after an exam I'd be looking ahead 4 weeks, and I really found out that this really helped me seeing, okay, I need to start doing these exam level questions now this early on if I really want to succeed later. So that is my next one. This next one might sound a little bit weird, so take it with a grain of salt, and I'm gonna explain, but I really want to put more effort into how I look. Y'all, I put more effort into how I look for videos than literally anything else, which I think is fine. Obviously, I'm like putting myself on the internet, but especially in the winter months and like the gloomy, dreary months, I find myself literally going to class with a messy bun in like leggings and a big hoodie and like workout clothes, looking horrible, which is fine if that's what makes you feel good, but I know that looking like I feel sloppy, I feel like I come across that way too. I feel like I don't talk with as much confidence. I tend to feel in more of like a down, slumpy, sloppy mood when I feel like I don't look put together. When I feel put together and I feel presentable, and I don't need to be professional all the time, but I am in a very professional setting where I'm working in the admin office with like literally all of these professors and the chair and stuff like that that are like PhDs in aerospace from like MIT and Stanford and Cornell. All these really, really smart people that I'm taking their classes. If I want to make a connection with them, if I want to get to know them a little bit more, learn about their research and their school experience, that sort of thing, and really feel like I can get the most out of them and their classes, I can't be looking like a slob every day. I have to look like I'm taking this seriously, which I obviously am, but I do think that there would be like a few weeks at a time where I just could give two craps about how my hair looks and things like that. So just even little things like trying to not wear like a workout shirt every day, or painting my nails more often, trying something new with my hair. Like, I'm not trying to go over the top and like be fake. I'm just trying to be more consistent with the days that I put effort into myself. Like this, like I don't feel like I look nutso like fancy right now, but I do feel a lot more put together than I have some other days. This might be the last one. It's the last one I have written down, but we'll see what else pops into my head. I really want to make more of an effort to film and make content for y'all. I feel like I always tell myself like, ooh, I'm gonna make an effort to do X amount of videos a week or whatever it is. And I felt like last fall semester, I was pretty good about putting out 2 videos a week. No, I put out a video every other day. For like 2.5 weeks or something I did that, which like in hindsight, 2.5 weeks is not that long at all. And I think my point of failure was that, and I was telling myself I'm gonna put out 2 videos a week, but I never allocated time to film, time to edit, upload time. Oh my gosh, y'all, uploading can take forever. By the time you make a description and tags and a thumbnail and all this stuff, that can take so long. And I would just kind of brush it aside, like it would take 5 minutes here or 5 minutes there. And awesome, I really want to put out more content and be consistent throughout the entire semester with you all, but that's not going to happen unless I am truly allocating time into my weekly schedule, which I've already done. I'm so excited. I hope I can stick to it because it's like in my Google Calendar of like, this is film time. So ideally I can dedicate 5 hours a week to videos and YouTube and content for you all. Realistically, I'm shooting for about 3 just because I have those film chunks in the middle of like in between classes, if that makes sense. And I'm very fortunate in that I drive to campus, so I can just drive back between classes and hopefully film. That being said, I have no idea if / when my like lab meetings and group meetings and things like that will be. That always changes depending on like the group you're with for that 1 week. So gonna try to just take it as it comes, but I really do want to make an effort to, if I can't film during the 5 hours I have, like film and work on videos during the 5 hours I currently have set aside, move those around instead of just completely take it out of my schedule. So I'm really excited. I will admit, I think there will be a little bit of pre-filming involved, which I don't think should be an issue. It's nothing like gonna be like I'm making Christmas videos in September type of thing, but like even just to get a week or 2 ahead on filming would give me a lot more freedom and flexibility. If an exam comes up or if like a lab is really overwhelming, it would just give me a little bit of extra time to still put out content on time for y'all without having to feel like something else is going to jeopardize. So I'm really excited for this semester and I hope y'all will stick around. But thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I cannot wait for videos this semester and to just bring y'all along. I'm hoping classes go well. I'm quite nervous, but we'll see what happens. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much and I will see you all in my next video. Peace out. Bye.